Hey everyone, it's Mikexingchen. It's October, almost Halloween, the spookiest month of the year. So on this channel, we will be covering a lot of terrifying topics. And today, we're gonna kick off with this one. Now, I've watched a lot of TV and listened to a lot of radio in my life, and usually nothing uncommon really happens. I mean, you get the occasional annoying test of the emergency broadcast system noise, but that's about it. But what if you were just casually listening to the radio or watching TV and something completely shocking comes on the airwaves? And I'm not talking about live TV bloopers or distorted signals. I'm talking about something really strange and mysterious, because these things have happened before. There have been many cases of mysterious broadcasts happening all around the world. Some people believe that these broadcasts are hoaxes, because if they are indeed real, then something really sinister is going on. I do have to warn you guys, this video is gonna get a bit scary, so maybe bookmark till morning or watch an episode of Friends right afterwards as a chaser. I mean, do what you gotta do. The first broadcast is called the Max Headroom Incident. Max Headroom is a fictional artificial intelligence character who appeared on TV in the 80s. He was known for his stuttering, distorted voice, his wits, and his creepy gargoyle-looking face. And in 1987, a TV pirate with a Max Headroom mask took over US television not once, but twice during 9 o'clock news and once during a showing of Doctor Who. The first broadcast was silent with only a buzzing sound heard and only lasted for about 25 seconds. But the second broadcast was downright terrifying and included 90 seconds of audio that was very, very distorted. It included a man blabbering nonsense about Coke, WGN, and a lot more random gibberish along with moans, screams, and laughs. Here's a little bit of it. After a while, another person appeared and started to spank Max Headroom with a fly swatter. To this day, no one knows who was behind this incident. All I know is that this guy might have been the world's first troll. And I know he's a troll because of all the things he could have done with this broadcast. I mean, he could have done something good, like maybe talk about serious global issues, or he could have talked about any random theory he has about the government or aliens. And this was back when all people had were TVs and radio, so everyone in the country was watching. He had everyone's attention, and he decided the best thing to do with that was have someone spank him on the bottom with a fly swatter. Number 2, the Southern Television Broadcast Interruption. This mysterious broadcast occurred at 5:10 p.m. on November 26, 1977 in the UK. Some people believe it was a hoax, but many believe that aliens were involved in this broadcast. What happened was that one of the local transmitters of the station received a strange signal. The audio was interrupted and a deep voice began to speak.
Voice of Allah, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the stars.
The voice said his name was Verlon and that he was the representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command and that he came in peace. He gave a warning about the future of Earth as well as disasters that may fall upon us. At this time, the anchorman was aware that there was an audio hijack, so he continued on with his reports. Verlon continued to speak, but in a more serious tone. He speaks of a great evil that overshadows the judgments of people on Earth, especially Earth's rulers. He also mentions that we can evolve our current state of life if we are worthy, and that there are groups of people in the world right now who know the real truth. These people are willing to teach us the truth if we are willing to listen, and only people who listen will ascend to higher realms of spirituality. Verlon then warns people to beware of false prophets who will deplete us of our energy and potentially ruin us, but leaves the hopeful message that humans' inner divine selves will protect them from harm and allow them to differentiate from what is right and wrong. What's kind of crazy about this is, and let me know if I'm nuts for saying this, but I mean, this Verlon guy's kind of got a point. I'm not really disagreeing with anything he's saying right now. I mean, if you take away the signal hijacking and the creepy voice, this guy's not wrong about a lot of things. I mean, we should all live in peace and harmony and search for the truths of the universe, right? So I don't know, maybe aliens or maybe even time travelers who saw what horribleness our future holds for us and kind of came back to warn us. Maybe like a Days of Future Past thing. Number 3 on our list is EVP, or electronic voice phenomena. Basically, EVP are sounds from recordings that are thought to be the voices of spirits or ghosts. These voices can make different sounds, from short phrases to footsteps to growling or even slamming doors. One of the most famous examples of EVP was made in 1959 by a Swedish painter and film producer named Fredrik Jorgensen. One day, Jorgensen was recording bird sounds, but when he played the tape later on, he heard strange sounds that he assumed were stray radio broadcasts. But soon he claimed to have heard a trumpet solo that was calling for his attention. When he listened further, he heard a man speak to him in Norwegian. I mean, at this point, if that was me and I heard all this scary stuff, I'm gonna just start purely bird watching from now on. He was so amazed and curious about the phenomenon that he continued to record bird sounds with his tape recorder to investigate. And when he went to listen to his next recording, he heard a voice that said, "Freda, can you hear me? It's mommy." Jorgensen believed that he heard his deceased mother's voice calling him by his special nickname. I also want to add that at this point of working on the script, it was around 11 p.m. at night. I was home alone and somebody knocked on the door and I literally almost peed myself. Just want to put that out there. Number 4, the Lincolnshire Poacher broadcast. This was a radio broadcast that apparently existed since the 1970s or even earlier. The transmission supposedly comes from a large military site in Cyprus in the UK. At the beginning of the hour, it plays music from the English folk song, The Lincolnshire Poacher, which is where the broadcast mystery gets its name. After the song plays, a female voice would appear and reads out a series of numbers. All of the transmissions lasted 45 minutes and would appear every day of the week. The female voice was supposed to be a machine-generated English voice, but what's strange is that it spoke in a lifelike manner, placing emphasis on the last number in each group. Many people believe the location is used as a number station where top-secret codes or instructions in the form of numbers are sent to spies in foreign countries, but we may never know for sure. The broadcast stopped in 2008, but the mystery remains to this day. Next, we have the broadcast known as the old tape. While most of the broadcasts we talked about today have some sort of backstory, this one is an absolute enigma. The broadcast video was first uploaded to the internet by an anonymous person who tuned into the WKCR 89.9 broadcast of New York, which was the students' radio station for Columbia University. The recording begins with music, but is soon disrupted with horrible sounds including breathing, screams, and a female voice chanting names and dates. Many say this video is a hoax, others believe it to be an EVP or a very creepy hijacked number station, or that WKCR people themselves wanted to play a joke on the listeners. Some even believe that the recording is nothing scary or abnormal, but merely experimental music at the time. There's also speculation that some of the names listed are people who were victims of a Pan Am air disaster. The mysteries and speculations of this broadcast are endless because literally nothing is known about it. No backstory, no explanation, no context, no proof, nothing. And finally, at number 6, the Lost Cosmonauts. This was a recording made by brothers Achille and Giovanni Giudia Cordiglia in 1961 of what sounded like a Soviet spaceflight. In it, you could hear a female voice talking about how hot the temperature of her spacecraft is getting as it re-enters the atmosphere. And of course, Russia denied knowing anything about this audio transmission and denied a space mission like this ever existed. Well, there you go, guys, and let me know in the comments if you have any explanations for these mysterious broadcasts. And now, if you'll excuse me, after this video, I'm gonna go write a script about rainbow crap and unicorns. See you later.